What's up, YouTube? It's the Angry Cheesehead here from a long week of football, and let's just say that this game is chaos. This wild season. Oh boy, it's nuts. All right, well, let's get started, shall we? First off, before we get started, the bye weeks have started, and right now it's the Lions, the Raiders, and Texans and Titans are on a bye week this week, so we don't have to worry about them. So let's get started with Thursday Night Football, and you think since, we got waterboarded at Guantanamo, or people who got waterboarded at Guantanamo Bay wouldn't deal with anything worse than the Colts and Broncos game. No, we gotta deal with the freaking Washington Commanders versus Chicago Bears. I'm calling them the data expunged this time. That's what I'm calling them, the Washington data expunged. Because they do not deserve the name Commanders until they win, above 500. So, I'm calling them the data expunged. So the data expunged versus the Chicago Bears, Thursday Night Football. This is going to be just as painful. The only thing I will say, though, is it is being played in Soldier Field, and the Bears do have a pretty decent defense. Then again, so does Washington, but I don't know. Could be either or. The only thing I will say is, like I said, home field advantage could be the kickers. So that's why I'm going to go with the Bears on this one. Since Washington got beat by the Titans and the Bears couldn't finish the Vikings off. Fuck you, Bears. Anyway. So moving on. Next up, you got the New York Jets versus the Green Bay Packers. The Jets obliterated the Miami Dolphins after knocking Teddy Bridgewater out with a concussion, scoring a safety. And their rookie QB pretty much playing the whole game, whereas the Jets just ransacked them. The Packers, to say the least, watched my rant video, but it's not pretty. It was good in the first half, to sum it up, but it's not pretty in the end. So, this is going to be played in Lambeau Field, and I'm going to say this, I'm giving them the second chance to pull it off. Because I'm fair, I'm reasonable. I think it was just a heat of moment in a new environment in London, so I'm giving them a break here. But until they can prove it off, I'm still going to give this to the Jets. Their defense and offense could be really pushing, and they could be really playoff contenders. They could take the number 2 seed in the AFC East, so I'm going to go with the Jets, but I am hoping that I'm proven wrong. Next up, you got the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Atlanta Falcons. The 49ers pretty much getting an easy win against the Panthers. The Falcons getting screwed after the Buccaneers almost choked away a 21-0 lead because of a stupid roughing the passer call. Wow. This is going to be played in Atlanta. This is probably going to be a little bit of a closer match than those realize because Marcus Mariota and the boys are on fire right now. They're really fighting as hard as they can. But the Niners are still, tough and have an amazing defense. I'm going to give this one to the 49ers to walk away from Atlanta with a win and just pretty much they can just relax. Following that, you got the New England Patriots taking on the Cleveland Browns. The Patriots shutting out the Detroit Lions in amazing fashion with Bailey Zappi as QB. The Browns couldn't put away the Chargers. But, they were trying, but both teams are going to have really good defenses and great run games, but I think New England just has a better chance just because of how well they handled the Lions and how well they were able to handle against us 2 weeks ago. So I think in a close match. So I think, honestly, this could be close. But I'm going to give this one to the New England Patriots. They'll walk away with a W, and they shouldn't have a problem. Following that, you got the only AFC South matchup. You got the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Indianapolis Colts. The Jaguars, oh boy, losing to the Houston Texans. Wow, that's pretty sad. And they were on fire. I think after Philly started just screwing up. But the Colts, yeah, The less to say about the Thursday night waterboarding, the better. But they did come off with a win. This is going to be played in Indianapolis, and the Colts are going to have Jonathan Taylor coming back. But I do have a gut feeling that the Jaguars are going to bounce back. They're going to put away the Colts, sweep them in the division, and just come out with a win out of Indy. So I'm going to give this one to the Jaguars. Next up, you got the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Miami Dolphins. The Vikings nearly choked the lead against the Bears, but like the past couple weeks before, they get lucky and they survive. The Dolphins losing Teddy Bridgewater, who is pretty much in a concussion. Now they're working with their 7th round rookie QB, Skylar Thompson. And of course, losing some of the corners through injury. Honestly, this is going to be an easy call. We're going to go with the Vikings because the Dolphins, they look like an amazing team, but now they're just begging for people to come back. They got the Ravens' old injury bug right now. So, yeah, I hate to say it, but the Vikings are going to lead the division once again this week. Following that, you got an interesting matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New Orleans Saints. The Bengals, Zach Taylor couldn't put away the Ravens, and so the Ravens won. The Saints kind of had a great offensive defense shootout. Taysom Hill being the MVP of that game. Even though he was put on its tight end, he really had an amazing game, including a special teams fumble recovery. So, could be a little... Still, that QB controversy could come back for the Saints. We'll see who is going to be on QB. However, the Bengals' O-line doesn't look that great, and the Saints usually have an amazing defense. Their offense should be good enough for the Saints. The Bengals' defense, iffy, I don't know. But the Bengals look too beat up. They don't look like their old selves, so therefore I'm going with the Saints on this one. Following that, you got another interesting matchup. The Baltimore Ravens are going to take on the New York Giants. Yes, you're going to be called New York. I know I called the Jets New York, but that's because I'm already delaying the inevitable. The Ravens, like I just said, putting away the victory against the Cincinnati Bengals. The Giants coming back from a 2-score deficit against the Green Bay Packers in London, and mad respect on them. Good job on the win, Giants fans. This is going to be played in New Jersey, but this could be a closer game that you can give. But however, I'm going to give another one of these upsets. I'm giving it to the Giants because the Ravens can choke sometimes. I've been choking quite a while, and I think the Giants could take advantage of that, even though they're pretty beat up. So I'm going to give this one to the New York Giants. Next up, you got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Buccaneers escaping a win at home against the Falcons. The Steelers getting smacked to hell and back against the Buffalo Bills. Pretty easy call, Tampa Bay. Despite the Steelers might have a good defense, but they were shown last week. The Buccaneers, their O-line was crap. Defense having a little trouble, but they could easily walk out of Pittsburgh with a win. Following that, you got the Carolina Panthers taking on the LA Rams. The Panthers getting smacked against the San Francisco 49ers. However, they did get rid of Matt Rule. Thank goodness. You can cheer now, Panther fans. Congratulations. The Rams losing to the Dallas Cowboys, and they are not looking good. The Super Bowl champs aren't looking that good this year. We might have a new Super Bowl champions. But, this is going to be played in SoFi Stadium. This is pretty much a tank bowl, I'm going to say. But, honestly, this could be close. It could go in either way. Baker Mayfield having an ankle injury, and P.J. Walker might come in, so that might give the Rams the advantage. But, yeah, I'm going to give this one to the advantage for the Rams, because they can play an okay defense. Their O-line sucks, but the Panthers pretty much struggled that way too. So if they can hold themselves, they should be fine. Following that, you got the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Seattle Seahawks for the NFC West. The Cardinals losing a pretty good matchup against the Eagles. Good job, Cardinals. I applaud you. You almost did it, but that's okay. The Seahawks couldn't put away the Saints in an offensive shootout. But Geno Smith still looking great. Defense, though, looks crap. Um, the running back, Seahawks running back, is pretty much out with an injury. This could be a little bit of troublesome for the Seahawks, but I'm going to still give it to the Seahawks because Geno Smith is playing like an MVP quarterback. They shouldn't have a problem. Cliff Kingsbury doesn't look that competent. I think Pete Carroll is way more competent than what we got here. Then what should be a Sunday night or a Monday night football game. I'll get to the Monday night game here in a little bit. You got the Buffalo Bills taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. The Bills smacking the hell out of the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Chiefs pretty much survived against the Raiders. This is going to be played in Arrowhead. This is going to be pretty much another rematch. And the Bills really want to succeed this time. They really want to put away the Chiefs and make it into the end. And come playoff time, these two could be contenders for the AFC, number one seed in the AFC. I'm going to give this one to the Bills because I think they have a better chance than the Chiefs this year. But don't be shocked if Chiefs come up with a victory. Following that, for Sunday Night Football, you got the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. The Cowboys smacking the Rams. The Eagles surviving against the Cardinals. Both teams have an impressive defense. Cooper Rush is pretty okay for the Cowboys. The Eagles have an amazing offense with Jalen Hurts having a grand old time. This is going to be a very tight match. Could be high or low scoring, depending on how well the defenses and offense play. But I'm going to give it a slight edge to the Eagles because the Cowboys' offense is not as good as the Eagles' offense. So I'm going to give it to that one. And finally, this is another version of waterboarding, otherwise known as Monday Night Football right now. The Denver Broncos taking on the LA Chargers. Need I say more? We're going to go with the Chargers on this one. Broncos are total shit. Chargers almost charged it against the Browns. And despite the Broncos having a real long break between Thursday Night Football and Monday Night Football, yeah, it's still not going to be enough against Austin Eckler and the boys. So the Chargers are going to win this one. But let me know what you guys think down below. This has been pretty much a crazy week. Let's just hope that we can win against the Jets. Packers, please wake up. I pray to God. And maybe if we're lucky, the Dolphins can do something. But let me know what you guys think. Please like, comment, subscribe. Hold a squishmallow. And I don't know. I'm just being random because I'm waiting for the inevitable disappointment of my Packers. So till then, see you next time. Let's go win the Lamborghini eventually.